Welcome everyone, my name is Jason and I am an intuitive tarot reader, and one of the things I'm doing with this channel is just kind of finding a question, asking the cards, and just pulling some cards and seeing what the tarot says about that question, whatever it is. That's kind of what we're doing with this channel. I call it Shuffle and Find Out because that's what we're going to do. We're going to shuffle the cards and we're going to find out what they say. So in this video's question, we're going to ask, we're asking the question of what are we ready to reset in our life, or what are we ready to let go of in our life right now? You know, we've got a new moon, and so that's really a time of thinking about, you know, what can we, you know, things that are new, that are starting over, or things that are, you know, we're starting something, right? But so in this case, we want to see, like, what can we let go of so that, you know, with the new moon, we can move forward with some refreshed energy. Okay, so we're going to shuffle and we're going to find out. So the question, what do we need to let go of or reset in our life? What do we need to let go of or reset in our life? Okay. What do we need to let go of or reset in our life? The Seven of Swords. And you'll know, I don't do reversals. You'll notice that this card came out reversed. And I don't do reversals really because I find that I can manipulate the cards depending on how I flip them. Like, you know, as an example, I can flip this over and it's right side up. But if I flip it this way, it's reversed. It's just all a matter of, you know, what my hands do. And because I can manipulate it, I can't use it as something that the cards are telling me. So just so you know, so if you're used to seeing people who you know, read reversals, if you ever see me flip a card right side up, that's what's going on. So in the question of what are we releasing or resetting or letting go in our life, the first card right away tells us that this is about thoughts. These are about, you know, the ideas that are swirling in our brain. And being that this is a Seven of Swords, I feel like this is telling me that we need to, that we're carrying a lot of ideas, you know, and maybe a lot. Maybe there's a lot that we're carrying. Maybe we wish we could take all of it, but you know, that's not really how it works. The Ten of Cups. This is joy and happiness, and maybe that's something that we're looking forward to. Maybe something that we're thinking about. Something that we're focused on. The Nine of Wands is about trauma and about protecting oneself. This usually comes up when we need to protect ourselves from something that's, you know, bigger than ourselves, maybe. Okay, let's keep going. And then the Knight of Swords, another Swords card comes up. This one's about impulsivity. And maybe we need to let go of our impulsivity a little bit. Maybe maybe we've done a lot of impulse shopping recently. That's something that we need to let go of moving forward. And then the Queen of Swords, another sword card. Again, this is very clearly talking about thoughts and things that are happening in the mind. And this is, you know, the high-minded stuff, the stuff that you know, we're thinking about that's high level, you know, that's up in the air. Maybe this is dreams and aspirations, things that maybe we might never achieve, even though we'd like to try, we'd like to get there. Maybe that's something we should let go of for this new moon. The Queen of Pentacles, you know, admiring, you know, what you've got and taking stock of the things that you have, the abundance that you have. Maybe that's something we shouldn't be worrying about right now. And then the Four of Swords, more swords cards. This is about resting on the, on your ideas, or taking a break from your thoughts, and letting your mind rest a little bit. Maybe that's something. Maybe we don't need to do that right now. Maybe that's what that is saying. The Six of Pentacles is about charity. Maybe that's something we need to not focus on either. To let go of, the giving. That's telling me that we need to focus inward. We need to focus on ourselves in this new moon. And then the King of Wands. That's a fiery energy, a definitely ready to go kind of energy. But we don't need to be so ready to go. I think that's what this is telling me, that here we are wrestling with some thoughts. We're moving fast, letting go of some of our aspirations, not to focus so much on what we have or what we want to achieve here. Really kind of letting go of all of that, just relaxing for a bit. That's the kind of energy I get from this in this new moon, that we need to sit back, take stock, obviously, but we don't have to dwell on on a lot of things. Give our mind a break. Give ourselves a break for a change. That's what I'm seeing in this reading. Again, we have 3 sword cards here. We have 2 wands, 2 pentacles, only 1 cup. So this isn't about releasing emotions or letting go of emotions. It's mostly, having to do with the mind, and having to do with the things that we think we should be doing. In reality, we focus on I think that's the message here. Focus on yourself for this new moon. Take a look inside, see where you are. Don't worry about anybody else. Don't worry about the outside world. Just focus on you and where you are. I think that's it. That's our message for this one. If you liked this reading, if it resonated with you, please let me know in the comments. Let me know. And of course, click the like button if you like the video. If you want to see more videos like this, click that subscribe button, and let me know in the comments too what you think of these readings. We'll do more of them for sure as we move forward with this channel. Once again, thanks for being here, and have a great week.